What's up? Y'all back to another episode of Controversy with your man's King Thrax. Welcome. Hope everybody's doing good today. Shit, I'm a little slip. But I hope all y'all doing good today. I hope everybody's day is going great, blessed and wonderful. Hopefully y'all all went to church yesterday, praise God, and hopefully you sent them a prayer this morning when you got up. Thank him for y'all waking up this morning. But, the first topic of this episode, not even the first topic, the main topic of this episode is, I would have to say, how to actually change and actually do it. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all will agree with me when we had this conversation, because honestly, it takes a person a lot to change. It takes a lot of different reasons, a lot of different options, a lot of things that's been put out on the table, put in the way for people, maybe even, excuse me, but maybe even what basically even is a view for that person. And it also depends on that person's pain, the horror they've been through in life, the fear that they've seen. It's a lot of things that just add up to it. And a lot of people sometimes think that you can change at the flip of a dime. A lot of people seem to think at times that you could just change because they said so, or because they didn't like it, or they didn't like the way you was acting, the way you were being, or the way that you was just being yourself. They try to change you into something that's not you, something that's completely different. And that different can be either good or bad. Because honestly, if you ask me, you could go from being the most loving and caring person, the most, genuine, the most strong-going, heart-giving, to something completely different. Like, you could go to being something on that's next level, on that type level, or you could go to being something that's bad. You can go to being a lying, hated, cheating, evasive, tricky ass person. You can become very toxic rather than becoming very healthy. Or you could become too healthy and not have a little bit of toxic, because there's some people out here that actually do like that. Some people like, a little, how should I say it? They like this much toxic in their relationship, because it always leaves for fun, not talking about like the cheating, the lying, and all that extra type shit toxic, but I'm talking about like, the attitudes, because some females like it when dudes just be like, didn't I tell you sit down and get in that chair? Like, and then others like it when it's just like, babe, can we please not argue? Can you please sit down? Or can you please sit down in that chair? Because I don't feel like arguing with you type thing, whatever situation y'all in. And it's different, but kind of similar. Because, like I said, I don't know what y'all views is on it, but that's just mine. Because it's like, changing isn't always like, something good. It's like me. I went through a major change, and that wasn't it's not a change I made in myself. It's a change that was made in my life. And I regret it every day, because of the changes I made to myself and what I became. I made a big change happen that I thought my changing was for the good. And I thought I had everything on lock. until I realized what I was doing wasn't changing for the good. I was becoming something completely different, something that I didn't want to be, which led to making a bigger change in my life, which, something I didn't really want. I was fine where I was. I was comfortable in the position, but I don't think I was comfortable with myself, and that's why I made a change. And by looking at it the wrong way and looking at the wrong setup, the wrong roadmap to take forward, and going about it the wrong way, I messed up and made a bad change. I wish I could take it all back. I wish we could just hop in time machines and just be like, dang, I effed up. Time to turn that around. Boop! And swirl that joint. But we can't do that. So the best point at this time would be, if you make a change, make sure that change is coming from here and from here together. Because if not, you'll often make a mistake here. You'll make a fail here. You'll make a misstep here. It's a mess up here. But you'll get along the right path and you'll start making them changes for good. The changes that will make you into a better person. The changes that will bond you into what you're supposed to be before your life is over with. Because the seeking the change is where it starts. Wanting to change is where it leads to. And actually following the motions and doing the things that you need to do to change is what's the key. Because everybody say they do it, but do you really? Do you sit back and take the time out your day to actually think about it? Think about what changes you should make, what change you should bring to the world, what change you should bring to your relationship, what change you should bring to your family, your kids, anybody, anything. And majorly, I'm pretty sure at the end of the day, it's going to end up being with this. Because the years are changing. Everything going around us is changing. And most of it's changing for the good, most changing for the bad. But most of us don't even realize that because we're not even trying to start that change ourselves. We just sitting here like, yo, everything's still the same, so I gotta stay the same. I'm not worried about changing because everything's always gonna be the way it is. Everybody always gonna be the way they are. Everybody's still gonna be here, da-da-da-da. Nah, that's not the case. The case is, no matter what you see stay the same, you can't do that. You gotta become that leader and show that change, because if not, it's gonna end up a bad change. Because you still stuck in your head thinking that shit can stay the same, but you too busy running your mind on, how can I change? How can I this? How can I that? Why this is that? Why this is that? Why this is still the same? Why this is still the same? Why I can't do this? Why I can't do that? It shouldn't be none of that. It should be that you can, that you'll make it, and that you'll survive through that change. Because you know why? God got you in his hands and is watching over you, and definitely will guide you through the way. Will give you the will give you the actual road and signs that you need to make it there. And I know I've probably been a little bit all over the place with this conversation. I ain't gonna hold you. But it's everything. Like, the thought of it all comes together and just comes to make sure that if you go to make a change, you're not changing for somebody, but you're changing for yourself. Because it's not going to work if you do it for somebody else and then think that you just change. Change for yourself. Make yourself better. Boss yourself up. Take yourself to the top. And then once you realize that you're there for yourself and that you can love yourself and be yourself around anybody without having any care in the world about how they feel about it, and without being able to let somebody else change you from what you were to what you are, or what you can become, in a bad way, fuck that. Realize that you are you. And nobody can change you but you, because you're the only person that can tell yourself whether you want to escalate or de-escalate. But this is it for controversy. See y'all later. Signing out.